Hi everyone, this is Ashima welcoming you all to this channel. A very happy new year to all of you. 2020 was an unexpected year full of experiences that we had never thought of, most of which felt unreal. I know some of us would have plans to be able to fly again this year. Some might be in the process of moving abroad and might feel a little stuck in the process due to the restrictions in place. But don't worry much. I pray that all your plans for career advancement and dream to come abroad, settle, come true and you emerge successful. If I talk about 2020, I would say this was a year to learn new things, reconnect with families amidst the lockdown or work from home situation. And most importantly, this year taught us the importance of managing finances during tough times. With the start of 2021, I have an interesting video for you. The things you should never do with your hard-earned money before and after moving abroad. So let's get started with this video. Coming on to the list of things you should do or not do before and after coming to Canada, for example, the things are managing multiple bank accounts. If you are a primary bank holder, then you have two options. Either you can choose to become a secondary bank account holder, or the second case would be as soon as you gain your non-resident status, you have to intimate your bank about that and get your account converted to a non-resident ordinary account. That's an NRO. If you are a secondary bank account holder, remember you can still hold a bank account as a resident bank account. When you are holding a joint bank account as a secondary bank account holder, then you are subject to some restrictions while you can still have the resident bank account. So this account has to be maintained only with a close relative. Coming on to the next point in our list is maintaining any of your bank account, which is not joint account. So similar to the previously explained case, with your savings bank account, you have to get it converted into an NRO as soon as you gain your non-resident status. There are some documents that are to be submitted to your bank and you can get that converted. With your non-resident ordinary account, the interest that you earn is taxable, and there are some restrictions on the money being. You can freely deposit money into this NRO account and take funds outside, subject to some repatriation restrictions. So during a financial year, there is a limit that is applied to your bank account, and more than that you are not allowed to repatriate. That's the difference between your ordinary savings account that you hold as a resident and a non-resident ordinary account. Plus, the interest that you earn is taxable. The next thing to be aware about the bank accounts is to consider opening a non-resident external account. The interest that you earn in this bank account is not taxable in India. So, to know more about the non-resident Indian, as per the Indian Income Tax Act, as per FEMA, or the differences between NRO, NRE, and other bank account options, please comment below so that I could make another detailed video on these topics. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. Let's move on to the next thing in our list of finances and things not to do before and after moving to abroad. Managing investments in India. Some of us would have some investments in the form of mutual funds. Some might have real properties. For all those, I would say consider redeeming before you come to abroad. Before you move, I would say consider redeeming them, because all the capital gains that you incur will be there. If you don't want to redeem them, then that's okay. But remember, whenever the redemption is done, you are also subject to tax in the country you're residing currently. So if you plan to move from India to Canada, and after becoming a resident in Canada, you sell those properties or you sell your mutual funds, then you need to show that redemption or that sale in your Canadian income tax. Even though you have paid your taxes in India, you will still be subject to some taxes if the tax rate is different here or the tax rate is more here. So yes, you will be eligible for a foreign tax credit, but you might end up paying more taxes if the tax on that asset is more in Canada or any country that you are residing in. So just plan beforehand whether you are ready for that or not. If you are not ready, then I would suggest redeem your funds, sell off your properties before you make this big decision to move. It's a big decision to sell off properties or to redeem your funds, but I would say look at the pros and the cons for your individual case and then make the decision. Coming on to the last thing in my list is regarding assignment of power of attorney to someone you trust. Let's say you want to assign your power of attorney to your father, then your father will have the power to sign checks on your behalf, to perform some real estate transactions, sign tax forms, issue checks, or rent out property, and so on your behalf as per the rights or the power that you have granted him. Doing this will allow you to perform some of the transactions when you are not inside the country. And it really helps your parents or your relatives who don't have to run here and there to get things done. So that's a wrap for today's video. I want to say so much more about how you can plan your finances better before you make the move. Like, for example, there is one regarding residential status. You can plan you can plan your residential status. If you are moving from India to abroad, then there is one thing, there are certain criteria for residential status in India. But if you're leaving abroad for employment, then you can be a resident only if you stay in India for 182 days or more. Having said that, you can plan your flight, you can plan your tickets before or on 28th September, if I'm not wrong, to not complete your 182 days in that financial year. The financial year we generally follow in India is April to March. And that's how you can do the residential status calculation while you plan to go abroad. If you're planning to move to Canada, the residential status here is like deemed residential status. Once you establish primary or secondary ties with this country, you are a deemed resident. The general financial year that's followed here is January to December. So even if you come here after September, or if you come here from India in September, then you'll be a deemed resident, but all the income starting from that date will be calculated towards your taxes in that financial year, not before that. But if you are a resident in India and you start earning your income in Canada, then you will be liable to show that income that you earned in your taxes in India. I hope you get it. If not, please comment below and I'll make a detailed video about it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Honestly, we do a lot of research about what to pack, what not to pack, and in all that rush, we forget about one important thing, that's finances. I understand why students may not be bothered much about these issues, but as permanent residents, I hope you will consider all these aspects of your finances before you plan the move. So goodbye from my side. Hope you have a great day and a year ahead. Please like the video, subscribe to this channel, and comment below for any other topics that you would want me to cover. Bye-bye.